Most people don't realize what they're capable of because they quit before they ever reach their breaking point. They hit a little resistance, feel a little pain, and they convince themselves it's too much. But here's the thing. That breaking point you're so afraid of, it's where the real you is born. It's where you find out who you are, what you're made of, and how far you can really go. You think you've given everything, you haven't even scratched the surface. Pain has a way of lying to you, of making you believe you're done when you've still got more to give. That voice in your head that says, "Stop, quit, you can't do this," isn't your limit. It's your mind trying to protect you. But your mind is wrong. Your body is stronger. Your spirit is tougher. But only if you're willing to push past that wall. When you quit, you're robbing yourself of the chance to find out what's on the other side of that pain. You're stopping yourself before the breakthrough. And the worst part? You won't even know how close you were because you didn't stick it out. Every single time you quit, you're setting a precedent for yourself. You're telling yourself it's okay to back down, to give up, to walk away when things get tough. And that habit of quitting, it spreads like wildfire into every area of your life. You quit on your goals, and then you start quitting on your relationships, your dreams, your commitments. Quitting becomes your default setting. But the opposite is also true. Every time you refuse to quit, every time you push through the pain, you're building a foundation of resilience. You're teaching yourself that you can handle more than you thought. You're creating a habit of perseverance that will carry you through anything life throws at you. People quit because they're afraid of failure. But let me tell you something. Failure isn't the enemy. Failure is part of the process. It's how you learn. It's how you grow. Every failure is a lesson, a step forward, a chance to get better. The real failure isn't falling down. It's staying down. It's quitting before you've given yourself a chance to succeed. Pain isn't permanent. It's temporary. It's uncomfortable, but it won't last forever. What will last is the pride, the growth, the strength you gain from enduring it. On the other side of pain is transformation. On the other side of struggle is success. But you'll never know that if you quit. And here's the thing about comfort. It's a lie. It feels good in the moment, but it comes at a cost. Comfort steals your potential. It robs you of the person you're meant to become. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you're choosing to stay the same. And staying the same? That's death in disguise. Growth requires discomfort. It requires sacrifice. It requires you to do things that scare you, challenge you, push you to your limits. That's where the magic happens. That's where you find out what you're really capable of. But you can't get there if you quit. The people who succeed, who achieve great things, who live lives they're proud of, they're not special. They're not smarter, stronger, or luckier than you. The difference is they didn't quit. They kept going when it got hard. They embraced the pain, the struggle, the discomfort, because they knew it was part of the process. So ask yourself, what do you really want? Do you want to live a life of excuses, regrets, and missed opportunities? Or do you want to live a life of pride, growth, and achievement? Because the choice is yours. Every day, you're making that choice. Quitting is most people quit, not because they're incapable, but because they don't want it badly enough. They talk a big game. They say they have goals, dreams, ambitions, but when it gets hard, when it gets painful, they fold. They walk away. And the brutal truth is this: if you quit, it's because you didn't want it as much as you said you did. You see, pain scares people. The moment they feel discomfort, they start looking for an exit. They want results, but they don't want to suffer for them. They want the reward, but they're not willing to endure the grind it takes to earn it. Pain is a necessary part of the process. Growth comes from struggle. Success comes from sacrifice. But most people let pain stop them because they've been conditioned to believe that discomfort is something to avoid. And let's be real, comfort is addictive. People crave it. They surround themselves with it. They build lives designed to shield them from anything hard, anything painful. But comfort is a trap. The more you chase it, the weaker you get. Comfort breeds complacency, and complacency kills progress. When you choose comfort over effort, you're choosing mediocrity over greatness. Resilience is another thing most people lack. They might start strong, but the moment things don't go their way, the moment they hit a setback, they crumble. They're not willing to stick it out, to adapt, to find another way. Resilience isn't about never failing. It's about refusing to stay down when you do. It's about standing back up every single time, no matter how many times life knocks you down. But the biggest reason people quit, they don't believe in themselves. They let doubt creep in. They listen to that little voice in their head that says, "You're not good enough. You can't do this. Why even try?" And instead of fighting back, they listen. They let that doubt control them. They give up before they've even scratched the surface of their potential. Here's the thing. Belief isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Every time you push through discomfort, every time you get back up after failing, every time you do what you said you were going to do, you strengthen that belief. But if you quit, you're reinforcing the opposite. You're training yourself to give up. Quitting is easy. That's why so many people do it. But what they don't realize is that every time they quit, they're teaching themselves to settle for less. They're building a habit of giving up, and that habit becomes their default response to anything hard. When you quit, you're sending a message to yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. This is too hard for me. And every time you repeat that message, it gets louder, stronger, harder to ignore. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can decide right now to stop quitting, to stop letting pain, discomfort, and doubt control you, to stop running from the hard things and start embracing them. Pain is temporary. It's uncomfortable, yes. It's hard, yes. But it's also the gateway to growth. Every time you endure pain, you're getting stronger. Every time you push through discomfort, you're building resilience. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. Comfort, on the other hand, is a silent killer. It lulls you into a false sense of security. It makes you feel safe, but it's robbing you of your potential. If you want to achieve something great, you have to step outside your comfort zone. You have to be willing to get uncomfortable, to face pain, to endure struggle. Resilience is what separates the winners from the quitters. It's the ability to keep going even when everything is telling you to stop. It's about digging deep, finding that inner strength, and refusing to give up. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you cultivate, one hard decision at a time. And belief? Belief comes from action, from doing, from proving to yourself over and over again that you're capable of more than you think. You don't need anyone else to believe in you. You don't need validation, approval, or permission. You just need to show up every single day and put in the work. The real reason most people quit isn't because they're weak. It's because they haven't decided to be strong. They haven't made the choice to fight through the pain, to embrace discomfort, to keep going when it gets hard. Decide today. Decide right now that you're not going to be one of those people. Decide that you're done quitting, done making excuses, done giving up. Decide that you're going to fight for what you want, no matter how hard it gets. Because here's the truth. The pain of quitting is far worse than the pain of pushing through.